There's a lot to like about solar energy, and Florida Power and Light is unveiling a plan it says will make solar power accessible even to those who can't afford the equipment. On Your Side's Jeff Mallon explains how it works.
What FPL is doing with solar is a little bit like what cable has done with recording TV shows. A lot of you have had a DVR like this, but nowadays many people record without the home-based hardware. And now you can get solar power without buying your own solar panels. But just like with your cable company, it pays to do your homework.
Everyone is excited about more solar in general.
But Angela DeMonbrun, the Florida Program Director of Solar United Neighbors, says the Solar Together plan that Florida Power and Light is unveiling this month isn't sunshine for everyone.
The reduction in energy bill, I'm not so sure that it's actually a benefit to most people.
FPL says here's how it works. Starting March 17th, any customer can opt to have some or all of their energy sourced from solar. But it's a subscription that includes costs and credits. In the first few years, the cost outweighs the credit, netting a little more than $1 extra per month for the average customer.
In about 3 to 5 years, a participant will start to see the credits outweighing the subscription charge.
FPL spokesman Stephen Hyman says the immediate benefits include access to and supporting the growth of solar energy sourcing. And after those first few years,
from there on out, it is strictly a payback on their bill, helping to lower those energy bills over time.
More than $3 a month by year 10, according to this ballpark estimate. But DeMonbrun has her concerns.
We understand 3/4 of people that it's going to benefit or that are participating are actually commercial projects.
FPL plans to expand to 30 million solar panels by 2030, increasing solar sourcing from 2 to 20% and effectively eliminating fossil fuel use. It says Solar Together means there's no household installation and therefore none of the associated costs. Also, there's portability.
They can take this program with them if they move and they remain in FPL service territory.
FPL customers can begin signing up March 17th. They'll also be able to get estimates customized to their energy usage starting that same day. The nonprofit Solar United Neighbors says it can help any individual consider all options. For links to both, check this story at firstcoastnews.com. Jeff Mallon, First Coast News, On Your Side.
And if you have something you'd like our On Your Side team to check out, send us an email. The address is onyourside@firstcoastnews.com.